Okay, welcome everybody to Chakra Yin. We'll start by activating our root chakra in meditation pose. You can sit with your legs cross-legged, you can sit in half lotus, you can sit in full lotus. If that's uncomfortable, you can also just sit on your knees. And we'll be here for 3 minutes, coming into practice, coming into the body. We're going to be holding each of our poses through the 7 chakras for 3 minutes each. Letting your eyes gently close if they're not already. Taking a nice big breath in and out. Letting yourself gently arrive in the space. Letting your forehead relax. Bringing your shoulders down away from your ears. And we're beginning by opening our root chakra at the base of the spine. So allowing your breath to settle there, inviting the color red into the mind's eye. Allowing yourself to fully be here in this moment, in your body, in practice. Giving yourself another breath here, breathing in deeply, holding at the top for a moment, and exhaling through the mouth. Gently letting your eyes come back open. And we'll give some love to our hips with some windshield wipers. So supporting yourself with your arms in the back, bringing your feet down to the ground, shifting the knees from side to side. And we'll keep working with our root chakra energy by doing shoelace on both sides. So we'll get there by starting in a kneeling position. And we'll bring our bodies to the right, legs to the left. Bringing that left leg all the way over as far as you can. You can stay here if you need to, eventually bringing the knees to stack on top of each other. You can stay here if that's what feels good. Or if you want to add in a shoulder stretch, breathing in, bringing the arms all the way up, and bringing the left over the right, letting the palms meet together, dropping those shoulders down, hands about in front of the face. breathing in and activating that root space, building that sense of safety within your own body. Releasing some of that held tension in the hips with each breath. If your arms get sore, you can gently rest them back on the knees. About another minute here, giving yourself those affirmations of strength, of stability. I am grounded. I am strong. And slowly begin to unwind your arms, hugging them behind you to open the shoulders back up. And then supporting yourself in the back with your hands for some windshield wipers to give some love to the hips. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So back onto the knees. I usually do it the other way around, so sorry about that. This time we'll shift our body to the left, legs to the right. And then same thing, bringing that right leg over as far as it can go, paying attention to your hips, how that feels on your knees. And you can stay here if that's what feels good on your body, or feel free to add your arms, breathing in, lifting the arms up, right arm in front of the left this time. And letting the palms meet together, dropping the shoulders down. Looks good. Allowing yourself to relax and sink into your breath. Allowing the breath to open the hips, settling into that root space. About another minute here. Allowing the breath to deepen the stretch. One more breath here, and as you exhale, slowly begin to unwind your arms, bringing them around to the back to open the shoulders back up. And then we'll take another set of windshield wipers for the hips, bringing the feet down to the ground. You can bring them out in front of you if you need, bringing them side to side. And we're going to work our way up our energy highway into the sacral, just behind the belly button with butterfly. So adjusting your seat however you need to, bringing the soles of your feet together. You can bring your feet as far away or as close to you as what feels good. We're stretching that hamstring, so you can bring the stretch into behind the knees or closer into the groin, depending on where your feet are. We're going to be leaning forward for 3 minutes, so you're welcome to just let your neck hang, or you can use a block to help support the neck. We'll be here for 3 minutes, so you might want to have your block handy just in case you need it. We're breathing into the sacral space, activating our sense of security, our emotional flow, our creative flow. As you breathe, activating the color orange into the mind's eye. With every breath, inviting flow, emotional flow, creative flow, the flow of the universe. Giving yourself one more big breath here, breathing in, and on exhale, slowly begin to push yourself upward. Bringing the legs out in front, maybe giving them a good shake. And taking another set of windshield wipers here, just to give some love to the hips. And from here, we're going to go into our first child's pose. So you're welcome to use your bolster or not. And we'll get there by starting in tabletop position, knees hip distance apart, arms shoulder distance apart. And if you're using a cushion or a bolster, you can put it under your chest. Breathing in, and as you exhale, sinking the seat back, bringing the forehead to the mat or forehead to the pillow. Bringing the arms stretched out in front of you, or you can bring the arms to the side. We're still breathing into that sacral space, using child's pose as a way to signal safety, encouraging that emotional flow to continue. Taking those nice, big, full breaths, following the breath into that sacral space, and back out again. Reminding yourself that you're always safe and secure to explore your feelings when you're in the presence of yourself. About another minute here, breathing into the belly, allowing the air to settle in the space just behind the belly button, and then pushing the air back out again. Creating space for yourself to be seen, to be heard, and to be felt. And with your next breath, slowly begin to push yourself up, rising into a seated position. And we're moving upward into the solar plexus, just where the ribs leave each other. So we'll start in a tabletop position, knees hip distance apart. Arms shoulder distance apart, and we'll be working with thread the needle. So when you're ready, breathing in, lifting the right arm all the way up, And then as you exhale, threading her through, you can use a block or a cushion to lay your head on, or bring the right cheek all the way down to the ground, extending the right arm forward. If your shoulders are feeling really tight, you can bend the elbow of the left arm to release the tension there. These look great. Inviting the color yellow into the mind's eye. Your solar plexus is responsible for your sense of self, your self-worth. So while you're in this energy space, giving yourself some words of affirmation, of encouragement. Allowing that color yellow to expand in the mind's eye as you breathe into this space of inner fire. Whenever your mind begins to wander away from practice, bring yourself back into your body by following your breath, reminding yourself that you're breathing in practice into this solar plexus. Taking a nice big breath in, and on your exhale, using the left arm to slowly push yourself up, unwinding the right, bringing that right arm all the way back up. And then we'll come down for a couple cat-cows to release the spine, checking your knees and your hips. And then when you're ready, dropping the belly, looking upward, breathing in. And as you exhale, rounding the spine like a little spooky cat. And then taking a couple cat-cows to the rhythm of your own breath, breathing in and out. Take one more set. Finding a neutral back, we'll go on the other side now. Breathing in, lifting the left arm all the way up, and exhaling, threading the left arm through. Same rules apply. If you need to use a block to put your left cheek on, you can. Or bringing the left cheek down to the ground, extending the right arm forward, bending that elbow if you need to release some of the tension on the shoulders. These look great. Taking those nice, big, full breaths, expanding the lungs. Getting that good stretch in the shoulders and the thoracic spine as you open the solar plexus. Allowing yourself to melt into each of these poses, finding a little relaxation, a little rest in each one of them. About 30 more seconds here. Taking one last deep breath in, and as you exhale, using that right arm to push yourself up into a tabletop position, and we'll take a couple cat-cows here, breathing in, dropping the belly, gazing up, and then exhaling into a little spooky cat. You can shift your hips from side to side here, and then flowing with your own breath. And finding a neutral back. We're going to continue working with our solar plexus, but we're going to switch to our backs. So getting onto your back. And then bringing your feet on the ground next to your seat. I would invite you to also take your hands and place them at your solar plexus, just where your ribs leave each other. And we're going to do a gentle twist on each side, beginning with the right. So you're welcome to use a pillow or a bolster for your knees, or just let them hang, just letting the legs fall to the right. And once you're situated with your legs, bringing your gaze off to the left shoulder, creating a nice little twist in the spine. Bringing that flow of energy into the solar plexus with each breath. Breathing in from the root space and pulling the breath into the sacral, bringing movement and fluidity, and then pulling that breath into the solar plexus, reigniting your inner fire, restoring your sense of self. Feeding yourself those words of affirmation. I am confident. I am worthy. I am powerful. One more deep breath here, holding at the top for a moment. And on your exhale, bringing your neck back to neutral, knees back to center, hugging them into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. But I'm cold, I need my sweater. So bringing your knees back to center. Hands still at solar plexus. Go ahead and let them fall to the left this time. You can use your pillows under the knees, in between the knees, or just let them hang. And then bringing your gaze off to the right side, creating a nice little twist in the spine. Breathing in a little more life into your inner fire with each breath. We're about halfway through this pose. Giving yourself space to sense your power, your strength, your resilience. Taking one last deep breath in, holding at the top for a moment. And on exhale, bringing the knees back together, back to center, hugging them into the chest, and rocking from side to side. And we're going to move into our heart chakra space with a reclined, supported butterfly. So stay where you are, bringing the feet back down to the ground. You can use your blocks to help support your thighs here, or you can just let your knees hang. And once you're settled, you'll let the soles of your feet meet together, letting the knees either hang open or bringing the blocks under the thighs to give support to the hips. And bringing the hands to heart center. Inviting the color green into the mind's eye. The color of connection, of growth. And we're going to use gratitude as our vehicle to expand the heart space open. So allowing those things that you're grateful for to come into your consciousness. The people, the places, the experiences. Allowing that gratitude to be a highway for joy, for love. Allowing that sense of appreciation to grow. One more breath here, breathing in, and on exhale, bringing the knees back to center, hugging them into the chest, maybe rocking from side to side. In our next heart pose, we're gonna have to sit up, so very slowly make your way back up. And we're gonna be doing melting heart pose, puppy pose. So we'll get there by coming into a tabletop position, knees hip distance apart, shoulders arm distance apart. But unlike child's pose where we melt down, we're gonna melt forward by keeping the hips upward and slowly walking the hands forward. You can use a block here for your forehead or bringing the forehead down to the ground. Hips upward, hips up, forehead down. Perfect, excellent work. Looks really good. Breathing into the heart space with all that gratitude in mind. If your shoulders are feeling a little tight, you can bend your elbows to release the tension there. Pulling the breath from the root space all the way through the body, bringing the safety and security of the sacral into the solar plexus,
letting that fire come into the heart space. Opening to that energy of love and interconnectedness. "30 more seconds here." Taking one last deep breath in, holding at the top, and on your exhale, let yourself melt back into a child's pose, just sitting back. Forehead to the ground or forehead to a block, bringing the arms to the sides. Just for a quick child's pose, 1 minute here, true resting. Signaling some safety and comfort into your body after opening the heart. Taking one last breath here, breathing in, and on your exhale, slowly begin to rise back up into a seated position. Boy, springtime congestion really gets you on that one. Oh my God. We're going to come back into a seated position for moving into our throat space. So you can sit cross-legged, you can sit on your knees, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're just going to really gently open up the neck space. We'll start on the right side, taking the right arm and gently gliding the neck to the right, just very gently. Opening up that left space, left side space of the neck, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, activating that throat space. And then we'll take one on the other side, slowly bringing the neck very gently to the left, opening up the right side body. And then we'll take some very gentle neck rolls in any direction that you choose. And then we'll go to the other side, so rotating the neck in the other direction. And back to neutral again. We're going to come to our backs for supported bridge, so you'll need 1 or 2 blocks for this one. Getting comfortable on your back. Bringing your knees bent to your seat. We'll be lifting our pelvis up to create a little tower under with your blocks. So breathing in, and on exhale, lifting the pelvis upward. All of my weight is on my shoulders while I build my tower under my SI joints. You can use 1 or 2 blocks. Being mindful of any collapsing on the neck, we don't want that. Lifting the pelvis into the air, a nice open throat space. We're dumping all this good energy from all the lower chakras into the throat. Nice big loud exhales, taking up a little space. Letting those exhales remind you to speak your truth, to use your voice. Pulling the breath from the root, bringing that stability into the sacral, allowing the breath to encourage flow and freedom, and bringing that breath into the solar plexus, reawakening that inner fire, pulling the breath into the heart space, and then into the throat. Awakening and connecting these energies within with each breath. Restoring that sense of balance, of movement, of alignment. One more deep breath here, breathing in, holding at the top, and giving yourself a loud exhale. Disassembling your little tower, bringing your pelvis back down to the ground. Let's hug the knees into the chest, giving a little rock from side to side. And you will need to sit up briefly to set up for your third eye pose. So bring yourself up pretty slowly. And using some pillows or your bolster, we're gonna set up for supported fish. So you're gonna put your cushion or bolster just where your SI joint is. And then slowly begin to lean back. If you're using a pillow, use some head support too. You can leave your knees bent if that's what feels good on your back, or bring your legs extended all the way out. We're activating our third eye, so that space just between the eyebrows. Our third eye is our higher self, our intuition. reawakening this connection to your inner guide as you breathe, creating room for clarity, for insights. Allowing your breath to connect you deeply inward to this source of knowledge, of insights that live within you. One more deep breath here, and on your exhale, moving everything out from under you to come onto your back for our final resting pose, Shavasana, corpse pose. This is our crown space activator. Letting all the insights of practice soak in. Connecting with the divine. And as you slowly begin to return to this space, I want to share with you today's reading, the 5 elements. The 5 elements of ancient Chinese are metal, wood, fire, and earth. These elements interact with one another in specific and fascinating ways. For instance, when we burn logs, we see that wood produces fire. When the fire burns out, only ash remains. We say this produces earth. When we think about a mining operation, we say that earth produces metal. When water condenses on a metallic surface, we say that metal gives rise to water. Finally, when we observe trees requiring water to grow, we say that water gives rise to wood. This completes the cycle. In Chinese culture, people apply the 5 elements to everything from acupuncture, medicine, feng shui, to human interactions. They illustrate the cyclical nature of the world and our dealings with one another. They also give a glimpse into the ways karma connects. Why is it that some people benefit you but not others? Why is it that a friend of a friend may be someone that you do not particularly like? The 5 elements can give insights into the various life situations. The Tao today. Think about your nature of the elements, which describes your primary mode of being. Do you have a fiery temper, or are you down to earth? Are you nurturing like water, or do you possess a steely resolve? Are you in tune like wood? Think about the people who have always been good to you and match their nature to the elements that benefit yours. Let the 5 elements help you find the harmonious optimism in your relationships. Slowly begin to bring your full attention and awareness back into your body, back into this space, maybe by wiggling your fingers or toes. And when you're ready, you can meet me back in a seated position, but no rush. Take your time getting there. Thank you all so much for joining me for our Chakra Yin. I hope you have a beautiful rest of the day. Namaste.